the stock market, right? Crypto. Why? Because I'm beginning to think that these are Seinfeld assets. They're about nothing. The other day, David Faber and I interviewed Gary Gensler, chairman of the SEC. He was on to announce a deal with China where their companies would finally play by our accounting rules. Maybe that's the first step to making some of the newer Chinese stocks that trade here into something more than a worthless parlor game. Near the end, I asked him if he had a look at all of the new crypto coins trading on some of these exchanges. He was circumspect. So I went one step further and I asked, well, what would happen if my colleague, partner, buddy, pal, friend David and I created a coin, took a lot of it down, and then listed the classic front-run pump and dump? He suggested that we would need, well, let's say, good lawyers. Now, one outfit that I don't mean to pick on, Coinbase, they have more than 200 tradable coins. I'm not exaggerating when I say they seem to be changing by the hour. From the looks of things, I think a lot of people in the crypto ecosystem better hire very good lawyers.
Welcome to the Crypto Teacher. And you know I come back with that video just to make you think. And we have Cramer doing exactly what I told you. Remember what the NWO is going to do. It's going to bring crypto, also the legacy market, to its knees. So therefore, the public will lose confidence. It's all about the Hegelian dialectic. The average person, once they hear this, is going to be too scared to invest in crypto. That's the reason why the average person doesn't invest in stocks. We know the Fed printed all this money, pumped all these stocks, pumped all these cryptos, and now they're shrinking liquidity. Even though stocks are moving down, even though cryptos are moving down, we know that the stocks and cryptos that are set up for the fourth industrial revolution are going to rise. And Gary Gensler brought up the actors, actresses, athletes, the NWO puppets who hyped up projects. But we know that was part of the NWO's plan to push adoption and then also do what? That's right, take your money. And remember, the Crypto Teacher told you, because he knows when it comes to the New World Order, it's all planned out. You have a wonderful day.
Some of these smaller coins, well, they do seem to lack the gravitas of, say, Wabistics. Yeah, that legendary boiler room pump and dump shop that occupied a couple episodes of The Sopranos. But now the big ones, Bitcoin and Ethereum, are cascading. I'm beginning to wonder whether one day, sometime soon, we won't even need to have these quoted on the side of the television screen anymore. Won't need, or maybe shouldn't. I think it's time we start questioning the fundamentals of crypto. And I don't like when we question the dot-com movement in 2000, 2001. When all things crypto took off with great fanfare like the dot-com bombs, we were told that they were stores of value, that they meant something, that they would be around for a long time. I believe that rap. 300 of them went out of business. I'm at least big enough to admit that this time I was wrong about crypto. I wish the real promoters would do the same. Just because you make money in it, which I was fortunate enough to do, doesn't necessarily mean that it's for real. And then there was this period where every athlete and celebrity was showing up in these crypto ads, a brooding Joel Embiid, a hilarious time-traveling Matt Damon, a young as ever Tom Brady, LeBron James going to the league, Reese Witherspoon, who's a genius, and even Gwyneth Paltrow, who's above everything, but still didn't go to her cousin Rebecca's wedding. Oh, yeah, and Aaron Rodgers took some of his salary in Bitcoin. Does anyone like that guy? I hope A.J. Dillon and Romeo Dubes click with him. They're two of the guys, draftees on the Ski Daddies there, because I don't know anybody else who does. Now, everybody who's promoted this stuff is looking pretty funny, and the public companies that jumped on crypto as an actual currency seem to have wasted a lot of time and money. In the pain parade, I start with crypto because I think that there was a huge amount of capital being used to prop up Bitcoin at 20,000, and the fingers in the dike are now looking mighty tired. Now, again, every one of the public companies are involved. I don't blame them. There was a lot of public demand. That's what they wanted. They're just doing what the public wants. But maybe the public needs to know better. That's what I'm trying to do. Not criticize the companies, but just make it so that you know better. Next up, there's...
Of course, what's hot on everyone's mind at the moment is the migration to ISO 20022. So really around what banks can do with that additional data and how that's going to benefit customers moving forward. $49 trillion of payments were transacted within the US last year, right? Wow. So, I mean, That's huge in terms of growth alone.
Yeah.
And what's happened is the Federal Reserve have actually kind of taken that as an opportunity to launch what they're calling the FedNow service, which launches in 2023.
Right.
And that alone, paired with the use of ISO 20022 payment data, I think is going to be significant and game-changing for the...
We're going to a different economy, and we're going to be learning more about that as we go. But clearly, we're learning that things can be done from remote locations. We're learning that technology can replace people even more than we thought.
We're not going back to the same economy. We're recovering, but to a different economy, and it'll be one that is more leveraged to technology. And I worry that that is going to make it even more difficult than it was for many workers.
In Silicon Valley, and my friends who work in technology know that what we did to the manufacturing workers, we are now going to do to the retail workers, the call center workers, the fast food workers, the truck drivers, and then even bookkeepers, accountants, insurance agents, lawyers, and on through the economy. So what happened to the manufacturing workers is a very clear sign.
This effort. And China has big plans for this. They intend to seed their digital yuan into the global environment by giving it away to visitors at next winter's Olympics. When they arrive at the airport, they're going to get yuan digital wallets. They're going to receive digital yuan. They're going to use it throughout their visits to Beijing, and then they're going to take it back to their home countries. They see this as a huge advantage. Why? Because who controls the underlying protocols, who controls the underlying standards of the future of money will control the future of money.
Most powerful person in the world is the storyteller. The storyteller sets the vision, values, and agenda of an entire generation to come. Steve Jobs. And guys, you know I truly believe in this. When you look at the New World Order, they're the storytellers. And that's the reason why I wrote my New World Order book. But guys, now it's time to change the current generation. And I wrote 3 kids' books. You know I love the Trinity because I understand the power that's in it. So I have 3 books. We have an opportunity to change the generation, to educate, not just me, but I want to show you that I take action on a daily basis. And I want you to take action on a daily basis. Whether it's your job, whether it's in your community, we have an opportunity right now to educate the masses. I posted this on my Twitter account. Please share, but this is a short clip of the 3 books. There's going to be a clothing line and action figures. Please get these books for your kids, nephews, cousins, friends, so therefore we can start the re-education now. Because as we see, the 4th Industrial Revolution foundation is definitely here. Robots, algorithms, drones, taking humanity out the picture. We have to re-educate. But let's get into the video.
Part 1. King Joshua and Grandma Tam save the village. Part 2. King Joshua and Grandma Tam save New York. From COVID Stories 3. Part 3. King Joshua and Grandma Tam goes to China.
It's mandatory to get part 1, part 2, and part 3 of this series. It's time to re-educate Generation Z.